Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Alan Wu, Sequoia Lending. Welcome, everyone, to our presentation tonight. Now, a lot of you might come on to us to look for another opportunity. I don't like to use the word opportunity. It's because I bet many of you already been to so many opportunities in your life. Some work, some don't. Some is exciting, some only last for a few months, but some of them, it's truly an opportunity. But again, I don't like to use the word opportunity tonight. I want to use the word disruption. Why do I say that? Think about this. In our industry, in our world right now, there are so many industry has already been disrupted. If you're a real estate agent, loan officers, insurance agents, CPAs, accountants, whatever, those industry has already been disrupted. What does it mean by that? It means that if today you want to become a real estate agent, all you have to do, get up in the morning, go to a class, take a license. You pass the license, you are one. Why? It's because some time ago, somebody or some system disrupted industry so that now everybody get into it. Everybody can get into it very, very easily. However, I believe in one thing, that there is one industry out there still have not yet been disrupted. It is the commercial lending industry. Now, when we talk about commercial lending industry, many of us will think about mortgage lending, buying houses, and pretty much 99% of the people out there, when we talk about lending, when we talk about commercial lending, they will automatically think about commercial lending just a mortgage loan officer. Yes, we can definitely do that, but we can do a lot more than just a traditional mortgage loan officer can do. What do I mean by commercial lending? And ask yourself this question first before we go on. Commercial lending, just like the word, just like it says, it's commercial lending. We're lending it to businesses. We lend to businesses, business owners. Now, how many of you in this room right now know somebody, know some business owner out there that needs capital for their businesses? Regardless if they need $5,000 or $100 million. I bet you do. But for the last so many years, you never pay attention to it. Why? It is because we have no idea where to refer these clients to. So for example, Carla, if somebody asks you today saying that, hey, I need $5 million to build a warehouse, do you have any idea where to find the funding for our clients? If somebody asks you, Rita, I need $3 million to purchase a retail, do you have any idea where to get those fundings? If somebody come up to you saying that, hey, I need $100,000 to buy equipment to expand my business, where do I get those funding? Those are all commercial lendings. But unfortunately, majority of the people out there have no idea where to find those fundings. Now, let me take a step forward and share with you what exactly commercial lending is. What do we do in our backend? Commercial lending, first thing, I'm sure that you know this. Residential real estate investment, 1 to 4 units. I'm sure majority of the people out there, when you talk about funding, automatically they think about, oh, okay, I'm buying a house, invest in, I'm buying a house to it's an investment, a second home. We use it for Airbnb, whatever that might be. Yes, that is exactly what we do. But what about mixed use? Have you run into somebody that wants to purchase a property that on the first floor it's commercial and on the second and above it's residential? Where can you find funding for that? Normal loan officers cannot do something like this, but that is commercial lending. What about buying business? How many of you hear people say, oh, I'm going to buy a gas station. I'm going to purchase a 7-Eleven. I'm going to buy a franchise. acquisition of business. That is part of commercial lending as well. How about hardcore commercial properties? Buying a warehouse. Today, in today's market, especially during COVID, a lot of our business owner used to rent, especially for business owner that it's doing e-commerce, selling stuff on eBay, Amazon, whatever that might be. It used to be that they are leasing a space. But today, the market changed. Many of them are not, a lot of us is not going out there to shop anymore. Look at the mall. Most of the mall I see is all empty. A lot of people are buying stuff online. And a lot of this e-seller or e-commerce business owner, now they're out there buying their warehouse instead of leasing it. How about buying hotels, buying shopping centers, office buildings, apartment buildings? That is commercial lending. Now, I want you to start to think. I know that many of you right here are real estate agents, you are loan officers, whatever your profession is. Start to think along with me. Do you know anybody in that category? In your book of business, have you run into any of your client, not only just purchasing a property from you, purchasing a single family home from you, but they also tell you that, hey, I might need to purchase an apartment. I might need to purchase another mixed use. How do you deal? Have you ever dealt with people, clients like this? And are you able to find funding for these people? What about equipment funding? A doctor's office, they already have a business. Okay, they already have a business, and all of a sudden they need to purchase an X-ray machine. Something wrong. It's malfunction. They need an X-ray machine. What about a restaurant that is running a normal operation, and all of a sudden the air conditioning unit just gone? They need to purchase another air conditioning unit very, very quickly within a day or two. Otherwise, nobody will go into the restaurant. Equipment funding. What about buying truck, buying heavy equipments? Dump trucks, things like this. Let's continue on. How about buying a piece of land? A lot of people, do you know that a lot of people buying lands to develop not just one single house, perhaps a community. Perhaps they just buy a piece of land for acquisitions, or probably they just buy a piece of land for their own, for growing crops, doing businesses, vineyards. Again, where do you find funding for such products? How about constructions? Now, in the constructions are happening everywhere. I don't care where you go. You see a lot of constructions nowadays. People can buy a piece of land, build a house. Do you know that a lot of investors, instead of going out there looking for houses, they're looking for a piece of land and build on top of it. They need funding for something like this. They buy a very old house, tear it down, rebuild it, or they buying a piece of land to build a house, or to build a warehouse, to build a hotel, to build a retail. All these things are constructions. So again, where can you find funding for something like this, right? We can go on and on and on, but what I want to share with everyone is that business is out there. Perhaps in your book of business, you already have so many clients. How about working capitals? They already have a business. They want to expand their business. They need $50,000, $100,000 to, buy that, to rent our new place, to purchase more product, whatever that might be. Working capitals. How about unique assets like RV park? It's pretty popular right now. A lot of people buying RV park, mobile homes, etc. And last but not least, luxury items, buying an aircraft. A company needs to purchase an aircraft, buying a boat, buying an airplane. See, we can go on and on and on. Now, what are all these? These are all commercial lendings. Now, you can see, hopefully by now, you can see that, hey, it is not just purchasing a single family home. It's not just buying a primary residence. There's so much more to commercial lending than we know. A lot of people out there, pretty much everybody out there knows what commercial lending is, but yet they don't know what commercial lending is. We understand the term, but we have no idea what these people are doing. Who are these people? Where are they? Where can I find them? And that is why I say commercial lending is still the industry that has not yet been disrupted, because this industry, the door is closed. You don't even know where they are. Am I correct saying that? If you don't believe me, do something like this after the presentation today. You go to any advertisement platform. I don't care what it is. It could be Facebook, could be Twitters, could be newspaper, could be television. You open it up, you see pages after pages of advertisement that people talking about what? Talking about real estate, talking about insurance, talking about all kinds of different products. But when is the last time that you see advertisements out there saying that, hey, I have $5 million that I can lend to you for construction? How many of you see something like this? You do not see something like this. You do not see where we are. So today, somebody knocked on your door saying that, hey, I do need the $5 million to buy the multifamily. Where can I find that money? And now let me show you where can you find the money. The number one place most of us would do is that, hey, go to the bank. Am I correct saying that? Okay, go to the bank. That is very automatic response to us. Just go to the bank. But do you know that bank is the most conservative institution? Yes, if they can lend it to you, yes, they have the best rate and term, no doubt about this. But however, what do they have to look at? They have to look at 3 years of your tax return. They have to look at your incomes. They have to look at your saving. You have to put down at least 40%. Again, how many people can actually get a funding from the bank? I honestly tell you, 10 people walk into the bank, 9 of them walk out empty-handed. Again, it's just because the bank is a very, very conservative institution. If they don't like the number, they're not going to give you the money. They don't understand what you're trying to do, they don't give you the money. They don't like that property, they won't give you the money. Unless you are what they call a trophy client. A trophy client is that you have good credit score, you have good income, you have good deposit, you have good down payment, your project makes sense, your building that you want to purchase is the A-class building. Otherwise, don't even think about this. And that is why you see a lot of business in the United States of America today are small businesses, are family businesses, because just reality, they cannot get money from the bank. Now, if they cannot get money from the bank, where else can they go to? They go to their friends, go to their families. Let's say I want to start up a business. I want to open up a flower shop. I want to open up a gas station. I want to open up a mechanic shop. I need $200,000 to do that. The bank is not going to give me money. Where can I go? Where can I find money? I have a few of my friends, talk to my families, and each one of them put on $50,000, $100,000, and we all put our money together and start the business. Can you do that? Absolutely. But using our own money is always very, very limited. We cannot expand. Perhaps it will take us 5 years, 10 years to get to where we want to go to using our own money. But what if there is a capital out there that allows me to expand my business much, much quicker? But yet people do not know where to get their funding other than the bank and their friends. Now, if they don't have a rich uncle, where can they go? The next way they can go is called investors, right? We have a few people get together. We all invest into your idea, into your business. I give you the money. You work for me. It's a great idea, but however, I am part of your company now. Okay, I take up shares of your company now. So those are the 3 ways normal people would get their funding. But other than that, many people, most of the people out there do not know that we exist. It is called commercial lending brokers like us. It is true. You have no idea. How many of you in this room right now, just honestly to yourself, how many of you know any commercial lending brokers out there? I bet not many of us, right? Not many of us. Why? It proved me one more time that this industry is a closed door industry. The door has never been opened. The people inside of this door are old schools, are old traditional way to do business. They don't want you to come in. People inside of it, making so much money. They don't want anyone to come in here to disrupt this industry. They have the right to, they choose and pick whatever deals that they want to do it. They look at a deal that is good, makes sense, they will do it. And if the deal is too small, they don't even want to touch it. And I know a lot of commercial broker like us, they don't want to touch any deal that's less than $1 million. But what if deals that needs, what if somebody that needs $100,000? What if people that needs $200,000? Many of them cannot get funding. And again, because the door is closed. And now we are trying to disrupt this industry by using a new way to do this. And again, when I say new way, it's not a new way. I already said it at the beginning of the presentation. Many industry already employ this method to disrupt that industry. It's called the brokerage. It's called a brokerage, meaning that you are a real estate broker, you're a mortgage loan broker, you are an insurance broker. You open up the door for whoever wants to come into this business. And that is what we are trying to do right here at Sequoia Lending. So look at the industry. Here in the United States of America, there are over 30.2 million small businesses registered here in the United States. There are clients all over the place, no matter where you go. But it does not connect. The business people who needs the funding does not connect with the lender who has the money. We are the one in between. We are the one that is going to come in, disrupt this industry, open up the door, let as many people know about this industry as possible. Come on in, we teach you how to do this. We let you know how this industry works, and let's go out there and to do this thing together. Now, how are we going to do that? A lot of people saying that, hey, Alan, I've never been into commercial industry. I don't know how this thing works. Where are these clients? First of all, clients are everywhere. I already showed you there are 30.2 million small businesses registered here in the United States. There's so much clients out there. Every single business that you walk down the street, every single door, every single company, they all need money. The question is that when do they need it and how much do they need it? But the reality is you cannot just walk into a door and saying that, hey, I have money for you. They have no idea who you are. It just does not work that way. So that's why we built our platform. If we do it right, we do not even need to look for clients. The clients will come to us. Many of us saying that, hey, Alan, seriously, I've never been into this industry. I don't know how to sell your product. How do I start something like this? In our business, we do not look for clients. And this is only happening in commercial lending industry. Now, I don't care what business that you are in. Real estate, insurance, I don't care. We all have one thing in common. It's what? It's looking for clients. Am I right? Looking for clients. Where's my next clients? Where is my next clients? Where is my next clients? We do advertisements. We look for clients. And all the marketing strategy out there is to help you to attract clients. All the inflow to your Facebook, to your Instagram, to your email, whatever that might be, is all attracting eyeballs and hopefully turn those eyeballs into clients. But in our industry, we don't look for clients. We look for business partners, because all these business partners already has clients. Let me show you how does it work. First of all, in the United States, there are over 1.2 million insurance agents. Where do I got this number from? Just Google it, okay? 1.2 million insurance agents. Now, many of these insurance agents, after they sell the insurance to that person, do you know that most of the time, a lot of the time, the client that they have is actually a business owner. They might need working capitals. They might need money to purchase a dump truck. They might need money to build their next developments. But many of our insurance agents do not even care to ask, just because they don't know. They have no idea, even though they know their client needs the money, they have no idea where to find this money. But there are 1.2 million insurance agents out there. There are over, over 330,000 loan officers in the United States. And most of these loan officers can only do one thing, which is primary residence. Some of them can do the second thing, which is investment property. And that's it. Other than that, most of the funding that we talked about at the earlier presentation, they have no idea how to do that. Partnering up with our loan officers, we can get so many deals because there's so many deals that they cannot close under a traditional way. So for example, let's say somebody coming to the United States without credit, without income, without history in the United States, want to buy a house. Most of the time, they cannot get a funding through a traditional way. But however, coming to commercial lending, all they have to do is just to set up an LLC in the United States. I don't even care where they are. I don't even care where they live. They don't need to have credit score. They don't need to have income. They don't need to have history in the United States. As long as they set up an LLC in the United States, they can purchase property. Do you believe that? A lot of people don't even know these things exist. And that is why so many loan officers eventually come into commercial lending also, is because there's so many things that they cannot do in their traditional world. How about this? CPAs. There are over 600,000, 665,000 accountants in the United States. Now, these people are sitting in a gold mine because all their clients, they know their clients' financial very, very well. Many of them are business owner already, and they know exactly if they need money or not. But yet, again, they have no idea where to find this money. How about this? How about that 1.3 million real estate agents in the United States of America? 1.3 million. Now, I don't know where you are. Here in the Washington metropolitan area, we have a statistic. They're saying that every 6 people, I don't care, you just pick any 6 people, you will have one real estate agent. I don't know what the ratio is in your area, but you can do the math. There are so many real estate agents in the country, and every single day, all these people, whether you're a real estate agent, loan officer, all these people, I don't care who you are, they are marketing their service every single day. But oftentimes, when they run into people that need commercial lending, they have, again, to them, it's not their client. They don't know what to do with their client. That is why when Sequoia Lending, when we set up this company, we call ourselves the Uber of commercial lending. We all know what Uber is. It's a very beautiful platform. Uber does not teach you how to drive. Uber does not teach you how to get insurance. Uber is a platform. Just they know that how to put a passenger into that empty seat. Now everybody make money. We saw the same opportunity out here. There are over 3.5 million professionals. 3.5, I'm not even talking about anyone else. 3.5 million professionals here in the United States. And every single day, these people are out there marketing their service. And many of their clients come to them, look for commercial lending, but commercial funding, but yet they have no idea where to position this client. So what we come in is that, hey, do not waste those clients. Bring into our platform. Let's work this thing together. And for those of us who does not know where to find clients, work with these agents. And that is why in our industry, we do not go out there to look for clients. Do you see us doing any advertisement out there saying, hey, I have $5 million for you to buy a warehouse? I have $10 million for you to build a hotel? No, you do not see that. And it's just because in our industry, we do not need to. And all we do is that we talk to agents, we talk to realtors. Now, once they start bringing in deals, and then we just keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. And just because once the door is open, once the floodgate is open, once the business owners in that community knows that you have the money, you have access to all this money, they will come to you. And good thing is that, hey, we don't want you to learn a new business. And one thing about us is that there's no licensing needed in commercial lending. Do you know that? There's no licensing needed, and this is legal. To a lot of people, they cannot comprehend this idea. Everything I do, I need license. I sell houses, I need license. I do mortgage, I need license. I do insurance, I need license. I drive, I need license. I hunt, I need license. Everything need a license. You're telling me that commercial lending, we don't need license? Yes, I'm telling you that. There's no such thing as commercial lending loan officer license. Do a Google search. There's no such thing. We do not need license. Let me tell you briefly why we don't need license. It's because for every business that we do is what we call B2C business. You're selling a house, you're selling to a customer. You do a mortgage, you're getting a mortgage to a customer. It's a B2C business. And when you are in that business, there's a lot of law and regulations to protect the consumer, because they don't want the consumer to be taken advantage by the professionals. I go into an area that I don't know. I live here in Maryland. Tomorrow I move to California. I have no idea about that area. I'm heavily depending on the real estate agent, local real estate agents to tell me, and I just have to believe in him or her. I have no ability to do the research, and that's what the government think of us, which is fine, which is great. They protect us as the consumer. But however, when you come into business lending, commercial lending, we do not lend to individuals. We are lending to a business. When we're doing a business to business lending for that particular business, you're supposed to have your own team. You're supposed to have your own, and you're supposed to have your own CPA. You have your financial advisors. You have your lawyer. You're supposed to have it regardless how big that business is. You're supposed to be a sophisticated investor. Imagine Microsoft doing business with Google. Do you think that they want a government to look after them? Absolutely not. And that is the same idea. I'm the ABC company lending money to XYZ LLC. I don't want the government to look at us. And quite frankly, that is the way how business run here in the United States. And there's no, I shouldn't say no regulations. I would say the regulations a lot less. And quite frankly, for us, there's no licensing needed to do business in all 50 states. And that is why we can expand our business. Today, you are sitting in Massachusetts, and if you have a client in California, you can absolutely work with that client. Unlike any other industry, if you are a real estate agent in Texas, I bet you cannot go to Delaware to show houses. It just doesn't work that way. But in commercial lending, it is all open, regardless where you are. And that's why I'm sitting here in Maryland, and we do business all over the United States. And in some cases, we can even do business outside of the United States. It's just because the lending source that we have. So now, what do we do? Many of us take times to become good at something, good at what we do. We do not want you to learn a new business. In order for you to become a good real estate agent, I think you need to have at least 1 or 2 years, or sometimes 3 or 4 years, in order for you to become good. But how many of us really have a year to learn a new business? In today's market, in today's environment, we don't have the time anymore. We want to get our money immediately. We want to generate income immediately. And that with that concept, and that's why Sequoia Lending come up with this platform, so that we do not need you to learn a new business, which is commercial lending. This is this business is there's no such thing as a textbook. A lot of people saying that, hey, Alan, do you have a book for me to read? Do you have anything? No, unfortunately, there's no such thing. Okay, there's no such classes out there that can teach you, other than here in Sequoia Lending. We teach you how to do commercial lending, right? But what we want you to do is to learn the basic of commercial lending, but we do not want you to become a professional processor or underwriter. We want you to do the things that you're already doing, which is generating clients. You are out there promoting yourself already for your business. And along the way, you will run into a lot of people not only need your service, which is selling houses, but they also need commercial, they also need funding for their business. So if that is the case, bring them onto our platform. So the first thing that you do is to identify who needs the funding. And the second thing that you need to do is to bring them onto our platform by using our very simple a scenario form, our simple system. What you need to do is to identify what their needs are. what do they need the money for? Whether it's use the money for purchasing warehouses, whether they use the money to purchasing equipment. We have different type of scenario. All you need to do is just to fill out a simple scenario form. And once the scenario form comes into our back office, we will evaluate it. We will look at the deal, and immediately we can tell you what this deal is all about. Can we do this deal or not? We have mentors in the back office that can evaluate all these inquiries that comes in. And if the deal is not durable, we will tell you immediately, don't waste time. But if the deal is a durable deal, we will go into in-depth. We will set up a three-way conference call with you and your client. So you do not even need to sell anything. You do not need to present anything to your client. You do not tell them what the interest rate is, which in commercial lending, there's no way for us to tell the client what the interest rate would be, because unlike the residential lending which is very cookie cutter, here in commercial is so much different. Every single deal is so different. So we need to understand what they are trying to do, what their risk tolerance, what their risk level is, in order for us to come up with rate and term for our client. So you don't need to do that. You don't even need to know how to put the deal together. We will do that for you. And all you have to do just to set up a three-way conference call. And if there's something it's good to go, if that deal is a workable deal, what do? All you have to do just to help us to collect the documentations that we need. Now, in this industry is so loose where sometimes we don't need an application. Do you believe it? You don't even need an application to get a $20 million deal. Serious, okay? So, however, all you needed to do is just to help us to collect the documentations, to follow up with your client. And that is how you earn your commissions. And once the information comes into the pipeline, come into the back office, we will start the underwriting. We will deal with the title company. We will deal with the lender. We will deal with the insurance company. And all you have to do is just to become a bridge. And sometimes we need something, we cannot follow up with all these clients that we have. This is your client. We will ask you to help us out to follow up with these clients. So that's all you needed to do. And we have a system that is called win-win system. It truly, truly is a win-win system. You bring in the deal, we work on the deal together. And now in any other industry, you are the only one that from A to Z, you have to understand the whole industry. You have to understand the whole business in order for you to make that commission. You are a real estate agent from the time that you get your contract signed up with the client, you do the open house, you do the contract, or you are a selling agent, you drive them all around to see houses. You have to do all these things by yourself. Same thing with loan officers, same thing with real estate agents. But in commercial, it's totally different. We put a team together to work together with you for every single deal. You will have a specialist to work together with you to hold your hand to finish the whole thing from A to Z. And in turn, that's how you learned. So again, that is our platform. It's very, very simple platform. You bring in your resources, we bring in our resources, and we make this thing work together. Now, we are based on commissions, just like anything else. But what are we selling? We are selling money. And I encourage everybody to take off your B2C hat. When we come into commercial lending, a lot of people will bring in their habit into commercial lending, or bring in their view of business into commercial lending, meaning that all they see is just $100,000 deal, $200,000 deal, maximum $1 million deal, because that's what we're accustomed to. Yet, when you come into commercial lending, off very, very fast, you will have clients to come to you saying that, hey, I need $10 million. I need $15 million. And this is happening every single day. And we just have a newly joined agent today bring in a $23 million deal out of the blue. And think about this, we are selling mega money right here. Think about if you're selling a $20 million commercial a loan, let's say we just charge 1%. What is it? That is $200,000 right there. And that is why the people inside of commercial lending making so much money, they don't want other people to come in. But now we are going to disrupt this industry. We're going to open the door for you. What you already have that client. Instead of referring to the bank, instead of letting them go, now you can put them together and provide that extra service for that client. By making commissions right here, we, just like any other companies, we have personal commissions. We have mentorship commissions. What does it mean by this? When you become very good in processing the loan, or in terms of put the loans together, hey, there are other agents in the company that they might not have the time to do it. They might need your help to do it. Hey, you can make something out of it too. We also have revenue share, meaning that just like Keller Williams, just like RE/MAX, when you walk into Keller Williams, you can become your own, just a one agent by yourself, walk by yourself. But however, you can walk into Keller Williams to open up, hey, say, I want to become a sub-broker. I want to build a team inside of Keller Williams. So anything that you build in that team all belongs to you. You have a share of that. We also have bonus pool. We also have submission bonuses. So we have all these things all set up already. Ladies and gentlemen, time is changing. This is not a new industry. This is an old traditional industry, and it's just a new way of doing it. You already know how to do this. You're already a professional in your field that know how to sell to your clients, how to generate these clients. Might as well just add commercial services to it. I bet many of us in this room are real estate agents, at the same time are loan officers. And some of you might even do insurance together. Or some of you might even selling other products. Why not commercial lending? Add to it. And ask yourself, honestly, how many people out there that you know have this kind of resources, can do commercial lending like this? Probably not many. You see a lot of real estate agents. You see a lot of loan officers, but you don't see a lot of commercial lending consultants. So that is why commercial lending is actually across the board. It's going to affect the opportunity. It's across the industry. You are a realtor, I already talked about this. Many of your clients, especially right now, many clients not just investing in 1 to 4 units. Many of your clients are investing in mixed use, investing in commercials, investing in office buildings. You can write them a contract, but where do you find the money for them? What about loan officers? I already said it. Many of them cannot close deals with their traditional funding source. What about CPAs? Same thing. They know exactly who their clients are. They know which clients are business owners. They know which one needs the money. What about insurance agents? After you sell the agent, just add one more sentence to it. Oh, thank you very much for that business. By the way, do you need fundings for your business? We can do working capital for you. We can do an equipment loan for you. We can do a business line of credit for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a new business. It's just a new way of doing business. Commercial lending, just like any other industry, has been in the United States for so many years. And it's not going to go anywhere. It's not like some of those opportunities that you see it one day and then the next day is gone. It's not. Commercial lending here is just like real estate agent, just like real estate, just like commercial, just like insurance. It is here. It has been here. And quite frankly, majority that the country, the United States, function based on private capitals, based on commercial lendings. You walk down the street, you look at all these big buildings, you look at all these businesses. Have you ever wondered who is actually funding them? Now the door is open for you. It's totally up to you. Do you want to do it or not? And especially here, there are so many minorities, and the information is so lacking that many people out there don't even know things like this exist, that you can even borrow money to start a business, that you can borrow money to fix a house. Do you know that we can have 100% loan for you to fix a house? Now, obviously, you need experience for something like this. But again, if you have the experience, we can give you 100% of the money, not just purchasing the house, but also fix the house. We have funding out there for you to build all kinds of construction projects. Money is not an issue. As long as you have a good project, we have the funding for you. And it's time for us to share with our community, to let them know what we can do for them and what you can do for them. So where do we go from here? It's totally up to you. Sequoia Lending, we are expanding. We have not yet out there talking about commercial lending yet until now. We are ready to go out there to let the world know that, hey, this industry is about to disrupt it. Are you going to be here with us or not? Where do you go from here? Talk to the people who invited you here. Sign up with us. It does not cost you anything. Sign up with us and learn our system. Plug into our Facebook support group. Plug into our Slack group. Let us show you what kind of deals that we can close. But better yet, close this deal together with us. Make a change. Let's disrupt this industry together. And that is what we wanted to do. So thank you very much for tonight's presentation. And what we are going to do is to open up the floor and ask if you have any questions or whatsoever.